Hello, one and all. Yes, this is an appendix. Appendix? This is a follow-up video on that video I've just put out about, what is the Earth trying to say to us? What is the message from the Earth? And basically, it got me thinking about the idea of what is the message from us to the universe. And it can't be just my message to the universe. Although I give my message, I can give my message to the universe like you can. Anybody can. It's not a problem. But whereas us, the I in the us, where that sort of comes into play, what message are we giving back to the universe to sort of say to the universe, trust us, we can look after the thing. We can live in harmony with each other for a start, but also with nature, the universe, planets, that sort of thing, And so that got me thinking about that. And then I got into this whole Lionsgate thing as well. Now, I did a Lionsgate reading last year and I really enjoyed it. So I think I'm going to do another one. And this is the reason why. It's all to do with the alignment of the planets again. And it seems to be playing a tune. The planets seem to be playing a tune that is understandable by everything. It's a real simple mechanics of sort of like a group or a band playing. You know that it's got the guitar at some point, the bass at another, the pianist at another, and everything like that. The drummer. Everybody plays their part and fits it all together like a lovely jigsaw puzzle. So it comes out like a beautiful song. And the universal vibration and the way it's all sort of playing out at the moment in regards to sort of energy and planets and pole shift and stuff like that. It seems like the planets are set up for this conversation to be had, and I think as we're seeing it in real time, and this is not the only time it happens, as we're seeing it in real time, it gives us a real conscious moment about what we're putting out there as a message. Now, I think the message will be coming out collectively on Friday. There's something that if we go by the planets, there's something happening on Friday. And I've just been looking into it with the energies and stuff like that. And it needs more investigation. I will be doing a message from the Earth and the chakra sequencing video tomorrow. And I'm going to get into a deeper conversation with energy about what's possibly coming down the line on Friday. Collectively, what are we going to be sort of saying in response to all of this? And so I am actually going to do another Lionsgate reading. I'm going to do a collective reading, and then it's going to be literally 1 or 2 cards, maybe even 3, for each sign as individual things, time-stamped at the end of it. And that'll be coming out tomorrow as well. I'm looking forward to that, actually, because I think this is quite a significant time. And as far as I can remember, last year it was pretty significant as well. But let's get into how the planets are playing and what roles they're playing. What's the significance of their alignments? Because we're going through 2 types of alignments over the next 3 or 4 days. And this is why I think the Lionsgate thing is really open on the Friday, the 16th of August. That's my own personal point of view, but, I'm not an astrologer. I'm a healer. I'm a healer and energy guy. That's what I do. I'm not an astrologer. I learn every single day, and there's so much to learn in astrology. Astrologists have done a huge amount of work to get where they are, like what I've done in my healing. So, nothing taken away from astrologists. But from my side as an energy guy, this is what I'm looking at, because sometimes the conversation starts, it's like when you're talking with trees. It's not a conversation like this. Talking to trees, you need a good flask, a good pot of tea, right? A good pot of tea and a good 2 or 3 days to sit around and just talk to trees. It takes so long, the conversation. It's amazing. It's a little bit like pigeons. In pigeons, they're looking and they see a far greater number of frames per second than we do as our view. So when they look at film, if they're looking at a video, a video produced for humans, for them it's going to be like a slideshow. That's why they always seem to be able to jump out of the way of cars, And it's a similar sort of thing with planets, and with nature. When you're in this conversation, you've got to understand that we're running at a different speed, and that's why a lot of slowing down and doing a bit of meditation and just getting into that energy vibe is really, really good. So let's get into the conversation according to the planets, shall we? So here we have the planetary system that's set up. This is on the Sky org, or is it the skylive.com? Okay. So this is the skylive.com. I've got the timestamp down at the bottom that you may well see. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse actually. It's really annoying. With OBS, I'm not sure you can see my mouse. I hope you can. It is. I've got to work that out. So this is on the 16th of. Let me just check that. Yeah, that you can see it's on the 16th of August, 2024, 7 o'clock, 7:21 GMT. So that's pretty much UTC time, Universal Time Central. So you have to. It's UK time. So you'll have to work out where you are. It's 5 hours less for the East Coast of America, of the North America, and then it's 7 hours on the West Coast, as far as I can tell. So it's going to be roughly around about that sort of thing. 2 o'clock in the morning on the 16th on the East Coast, and midnight on the 15th of August on the West Coast. And in Australia, I think it's like 7 in the evening for you, for the evening before, depending on how date times work. You know what I'm talking about, wherever you are, rather than me. I'm probably too much information. Let's get back to our planets, right? Okay, so this is on the 16th of March. 16th of August, right? So there we are, Earth-centered. This is on the 16th at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now here we have Mars, Jupiter, and the Earth. And it's as close as I can get it into alignment of that time when all the planets are completely in line. It's slightly out, and we could be talking minutes here. It's slightly out. So, but there it is. It's pretty much in line where you can see Earth, Mars, and Jupiter all in a line. The thing is, before that, we have another alignment which is now out of alignment in this time. So this is the Earth. Behind there is the Sun, and just below that is Mercury. But if we go back a couple of days, no, not a couple of days, what am I on about? If we go back, if we go back a few hours before that, so this is on the 16th again. This is back to what we were before. And then we go back a few hours, roughly around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the 15th. Now this is Thursday. And if we see here, the Earth and Mercury and the Sun are in alignment. Now, as I say, the communication planet is supposed to be Mercury. And this is where the Earth has now given out its message. And it's opening the door for us to communicate through the Earth energy back towards the Sun of what the Sun has been saying to us, which was basically pull our acts together, start playing nicely, or the universe is going to take our tools away from us, take our toys away from us, sort of thing. We've really got to start playing nicely, and that's what I was talking about in that last video. And this is where the door actually starts opening. It's not fully open, and it fully opens on the 16th of March. Okay, so let's just go back to that. And we put it through and go back up to 7 o'clock in the morning, GMT time, at the same time. Now, this is the time when those three, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter are all in alignment. But now what's happening here is Mercury is stepped out to receive the message that we will be replying according to according to, I don't know what, there's a thumb keep coming up. I don't know if it comes up on the video. When I keep doing that, it keeps coming up a thumb. It's just crazy icon things. And yeah, so this message that's coming through is about basically, Jupiter is about sort of wisdom and sort of like solemnness and you know, rightfulness. It's got a lot of sort of like connotations to it, as it were. You know, it's all about abundance as well, and wisdom and growth and stuff like that. And it may be a case of that this is what we need to answer. We need to answer through the ideas of conflictual energies, which is Mars generated. So that's that whole sort of, you know, fire and brimstone of fighting and everything like that. We have to start working towards abundance and wisdom and growth together. And the thing that we need to put pay to is the fighting aspect. Once we can get our head around that, and that's on all levels. I'm not talking about sort of physically. I am talking about physically, but I'm also talking about sort of like, you know, morally, energetically, politically, financially. There is so much possibilities here. This is a golden opportunity for us as a human race to actually turn around and sort of say, yeah, we're not going to do it like this anymore. We're going to do this differently. And this is what is playing out on the 16th of which is the Friday the 16th. So all eyes on what's going on the Friday the 16th. I think the message will start coming through on the afternoon of Thursday the 15th, and it will be, by the time you know, for breakfast in the morning for all the UK, I think there's going to be a real understanding here. And sometimes understanding comes with a little bit of friction, but I think we've seen the most of the friction now. We really must be moving on to something else where we can find common ground. If we can't find common ground, we've already done this, people. This is like getting really boring. You know what I mean? Repeating the same thing all the time. I think this is what people are just bored of it. People are bored as well of kind of like being so politically correct that, you know, it's more correct politically. It's gone so far that, you know, it can be ridiculous sometimes. Half of the times, you know, when some people are speaking, I really have no idea what the point of what they're trying to say, you know. It's a lot of word salad that comes out, as it were. So I think this is where we've got an opportunity here to use those passions, because the same passions we can have for conflict, we can have for evolution, growth, abundance, wisdom. And I think this is what needs to be playing through. So I will be doing that collective reading tomorrow on this channel. You'll also get the messages from the earth, the chakra sequencing, and the in-depth conversation about what's happening on Friday. I'll be doing that tomorrow as well. So loads of things coming up. I thought I'd just add this in there because it's just, I've been playing with it all evening, kind of thinking, what's that? What is going on there? And so I'd like to know a little bit more. And I'd like to know a little bit more by doing a few bits of readings, tarot readings on that as well. So I will see you tomorrow for that. Thanking you very much for being here. Hope you love this sort of channel, or hope you enjoy the content that we do on this channel. Thank you very much for all the support you give to this channel. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.